Yo, it's ODB. We're coming off the new episode that dropped today, and we want to send again a big shout out to our big homie Greg Miller. Rest in peace to his family. Again, we know you're going through this tough process, but please, if you haven't already, check out our lifestyle podcast. The new episode 245 dropped today, and you can listen as we kind of reminisce about our friend Greg. But we also check in with people that have known him a long time, and even people like Sean Rose from Rose Metalworks, that him and his homie Anthony Cobb, they had made this awesome bead rolled piece for us. He had forged a great relationship with Sean, and he'll talk a little bit on the episode how, or he had forged a great relationship with Greg, and he'll talk a little bit on that episode. Sean Rose will talk a little bit about that relationship that he had with Greg. Now, what I do want to do is, I know it's been a minute, so I want to come in here and show you guys what a couple of things here. It's not easy to transition off that topic, but this kind of stuff helps me keep my mind on, things that, and just pressing forward, which is obviously, as you guys know, is not easy to do. Now, I want to thank the homie Tim Davis, aka TD. He hooked me up graciously with this Colorado Custom wheel ad. I think this is the 97/98 wheel ad, technically. And I also wanted to let you guys know, I haven't forgot about the flip-throughs. This issue here, if memory serves me correct, was the first issue that I remember owning/purchasing back in 9-0. It seems like I've been reading the magazine for longer, and I think it's because I read it on newsstands in general, but I don't know if I just was at the young age where I didn't have the money, or I don't know. I was reading video game magazines, I was reading BMX magazines, and all I can tell you is this is the first issue that I remember owning. May have owned one before it, I don't recall, but this is the issue, and I'm working on a cool flip through, a little bit different, that will have a cool tie-in to this issue. So more to come on that. But I do have this here, Colorado Custom. There's not a lot of pages in here, but this is very impactful. It's a really cool catalog. They're hard to find, and I had one, and it's one of the few things I don't have anymore. I save a lot of stuff, as Mike always jokes about, kind of a pack rat, but I got to thank Tim Davis for hooking me up with this. He's a good dude. I'll talk more in a future video about something else that he did for me in terms of hooking me up. But Colorado Custom, as you know, is a famed wheel company. And if you haven't, one of our most downloaded episodes, go back and listen to Bill Hancock. I think I titled it Bill Hancock Billet Wheel History. Bill knows his stuff, okay? Now, Bill has retired, and Michael and team, we had them on very early in the podcast. They talked about the legacy that they're continuing on with Colorado, and I'd like to have them back on. But in this wheel ad, it is epic, okay? I got a little bit of glare on my new light that I talked about recently. Sterling, Durango, Vail, Aspen, and Frisco. So often, some of the other wheel companies get the love, I think, for the, quote, old school wheel. But, I mean, if you look at this, man, this takes you right back. I remember reading through this catalog over and over, and there's not even a lot of pages, but I would just look at it and look at it. I can't remember where I picked it up at. It had to have been at one of the shows, obviously, or I may have even sent away for the free catalog. I can't remember, but I did bump into Colorado, including Bill, at Texas Heatwave 20 years ago this month when I went back in 2001. Now, it's another reason I would say that Sal's truck here plays such a role in my mind. And you can see here we have the metal sign that we did. Got the old rap sheet, July 9/3 with Dre on it. But this truck really played a big role in my mind, coming up in the truck scene. I always loved it. It was on December 95. And, of course, in January, right at the new year, we of course rolled out this artwork through Graphic Disorder of Sal's truck. We're going to have Sal on soon to talk about it. You can see right there the Colorado Custom wheels. What a great job Graphic Disorder does on their artwork. But this truck played, again, just a it was etched in my mind. And what's cool is when we have Sal on, I want to talk a little bit about this because for anybody that has that issue of the magazine or have seen me post it in the past, this is a photo that Courtney took of the photo shoot, which I think is awesome. I'd like to kind of understand, a little bit more of that story and how that famous indoor photo shoot went down. But you can see some of the other wheels here. Always like those Valdez. I think those were on Ryan Fringlinghaus's Mazda Cab Plus that graced the cover. We've actually posted video of that truck from '98. So if you haven't, go back on YouTube. I've been trying to upload them there as well, and our Instagram/Facebook feed. Oftentimes you'll see them on Instagram. If they're less than a minute, then they'll batch to Facebook as well. But if they're over a minute and they're on IGTV, you're going to just catch it, of course, on Instagram, not Facebook. So much to keep up with. Always thought this was cool. They kind of talked about the space age quality standards. This ISO 9000 talks about is an aerospace industry standard for quality system control. Each wheel is put to the test by our own in-house team. Always remember that, again, kind of seeing, some of that stuff is etched in my mind. Talks a little bit about the history there. Got this famous Astro Safari. Of course, back in this day, you could get the optional spinner caps, the knockoffs. And you can see the smoothies on the side, the right, and then the ones with the grooves on the left. Here you got more of the wheels. We've seen some of these make a comeback. The cool thing is, Colorado Custom, you can message them on Facebook or go to coloradocustom.com, and they'll make any wheels that they've made in the past. This was pretty cool too. I love the photography. Obviously, I assume that Courtney did a lot of this, but there could have been some of these from Shartsys, or it could have just been an individual photo shoot that was set up. But you kind of see the pricing style key. And then you have the SS series, and then the 8-lug, of course, steering wheels, which they're still known for. Denver SI and Frisco SI. And then you've got the 8-lug wheels. One of my favorite wheels that I don't think is in here is the Boulder. For whatever reason, I've just loved the smoothie style wheels, and that was the wheel that Colorado Custom had, that they produced, and they'll continue to produce it. And NC Duck, who we've had on the podcast, he of course had those on his Nissan Hardbody. Someone recently commented and said that was the dopest mini truck ever to run smoothie wheels, and I can't argue with that. Here you see the Denver, the Black Hawk, and so on and so forth. But you see the Montrose, and you see him right there. Look at that artwork, how good it came out. But we do that to pay homage to the greats like Sal. And I got to thank Tim Davis. He's a good dude. I became really good friends with him. And he's got just a great collection of things. And he was kind enough. I didn't want him to give me this, but he did. And I'm very grateful for him hooking me up. Again, I'm working on the flip through of this issue. The cool thing about this one is, many of you probably know, it of course folded out here, which was awesome. I always thought that was awesome. I posted that before in the past with the Biggie Smalls CD. 9-fo shit for that ass. Biggie Smalls, Junior Mafia, representing, baby, right? So, again, if you've listened to the recent episode of the podcast, we want to say rest in peace to our homie Greg. He was such a great dude. If you haven't had a chance, go listen to it. A lot of these, or all of them now, batch over to YouTube, and you can even listen right there. A little bit better experience, in my opinion, if you listen in Apple Podcasts or, for instance, Spotify, right? But Pandora, you name it, all of those platforms, you can find us out there. Just search OLP. Look for that famous artwork, our River Run artwork. Hit follow, hit subscribe. You know the deal. Real Deal Holyfield. All right, y'all. Thanks, Tim Davis, for the catalog, and hopefully bringing back some good memories for you guys out there. Stay on the rise. ODB, we out here. Peace.